said that that was gonna be my last video, but I decided to sit down with you all and do one last video, and today is even New Year's Eve for 2020. Now, I am not gonna do resolutions for myself. I'm not gonna set out goals, but what I am gonna do is be very grateful for everything that I learned throughout 2020 and all the wonderful moments that happened in 2020. So I thought that I would sit down and share with you guys the top 20 things that I learned in 2020. That's a mouthful. So 20 things that I am gonna give myself recognition for of either learning, mastering, conquering, acknowledging about myself. So, what have you learned in 2020? Let me know down in the comments below, or if you happen to do this, tag me in your video or even tag me on Instagram. And I'll leave my Instagram handle here because I would love for you guys to also follow me over there because I do a lot of behind the scenes, some reels, lots of stories, including on how I entertain this little munchkin of mine. If you're new to my channel, my name is Angela and welcome to my little piece of the internet. I like to do videos on all things about motherhood, family, lifestyle, and homemaking. And I would love for you guys to click that like and subscribe button down below and also hit that bell for notifications.
Hit that bell notification.
You tell him, girl. Okay, so let's get into this video, the top 20 things that I learned in 2020. Okay, the first thing that I learned, this is a big one for me, that it's okay to say no. I think in 2020, we all learned where our boundaries are. If we don't want to do anything, or we don't want to hop on a Zoom call, if we don't want to do something, it's okay to say no. If we're having an off day, it's okay to say no to things. And I think that that's one thing that I am slowly, finally, thank the Lord, learning that it's okay to say no. Okay, the second thing, what my priorities are. I think that I'm 38 now, so I'm going through a little bit of a shift and change in my mindset. A change in my mindset, and I think that I've really discovered what my priorities are, and that's these two. Ava and Mickey is off camera here, and my family. My family is like my anchor, my core. My family is what makes me feel whole, and so my priorities have shifted a little bit. I'm still career-oriented, I'm still career-driven. I love the arts, I love being creative. There's so much that I love about my other half of me and what I do, but at my core, it's family. Okay, number 3, the third thing that I learned. When something makes me happy, I need to do more of that. Yes, so Angie, if something makes you happy, do more of that. I need to stop putting myself in situations where I'm uncomfortable, or you know what, I actually really don't like doing something like that. If I want to read a good book and curl up on the couch, that's okay, and I'm gonna do more of that because it actually makes me feel better. Okay, the fourth thing that I learned, this is a big one, I spend way too much time overthinking every situation and worrying about what other people think about me. If I could go back and talk to my younger self, I would hold her hand and just say, stop worrying about everybody else and start focusing on you. I spend so much time replaying conversations, thinking I texted the wrong thing, I said the wrong thing, I looked the wrong way, I wasn't clear enough, why did I say that, why did I wear that, why did I do that, I'm not good enough, you know, all of that rigmarole, and it doesn't matter. I need to start focusing on me and what makes me happy, and if I feel good about something, then that's all that matters. Okay, the fifth thing, I truly love being a homebody, and that's okay. I'm an extrovert in terms of when I meet new people, and I love being around people and new situations, but being at home really is where I'm my happiest. I feel my most calm. I feel my most at peace as well, and that's okay. 2020, I know we were in lockdown, and Mirk and I were just saying, you know, we've done pretty well because he works from home anyways. I kind of worked from home when I was allowed to because I'm in the arts. So for us, being at home, locked together with a toddler, we've done really well. And I love being at home. And if I can keep this going, I think I'm going to. Okay, the sixth thing that I learned is if I try to be like somebody else, it doesn't work. If I'm not being authentic to who I am, then it's not gonna come across right. Whether that's on YouTube, Instagram, at work, at home. If I try and fake it, or if I try and be somebody else or copy somebody else, or this is working for that person, so maybe I should try that, instead of just like staying on the straight and narrow path for myself and doing what I know works for me, it's not gonna happen. So being authentic to myself. The 7th thing is I need alone time and I need self-care time. Alone time for me is really important. That's how I really recharge my batteries. I find that if I don't get it, I'm actually not as good of a mom and a wife to this guy. So I really need alone time. I'm an only child and I grew up with so many amazing cousins who are like my brothers and sisters. But I think from being an only child, sitting alone, thinking about my thoughts, writing them down, doing a craft, doing anything by myself sometimes is really, really productive for me and my mental well-being. So it's okay to have that alone time, Angie. Okay, number 8. This is a doozy. And this is one I have not mastered. I've learned about myself and I'm taking very small, very tiny baby steps with this one. Letting go of the past is very hard. So I need to accept the good things of the past and stop focusing on the negative things of the past. I've been through a lot of ups and downs in my life growing up, and I wear everything like a badge of honor because I know that it's made me who I am. But sometimes I get stuck in a rut and I focus on the negative, or I sometimes focus on the very sad things that happened instead of focusing on the amazing things that happened or the amazing things that happened with that person. And so I need to stop getting into that rut because it's just not good, and focus on the wonderful, positive, happy moments that made me who I am. Okay, number 9, I truly love being a mommy and a wife. You know what people say when you're in school, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? My answer was always a dancer, and I checked that off my list. A choreographer, director. I love that side of me, but that's not who I am. Who I am is a mommy and a wife, and I just truly love that. And this year has really shown me like how much of a very simple person I am, very simple needs, but being at home, getting on my knees, playing in the dirt, painting with Ava, cooking meals for my family, making my home as comfortable and a safe haven for us is what I truly love. Number 10, one thing that I've learned over this past year is that I am way funnier than I give myself credit for. I always like give myself a pat on the back when I can make Mirk laugh because he's the funny one and Ava is a ham as well, and I'm not really the funny one. So maybe it's rubbing off on me, but I'm funnier than I think I am. Number 11, it's okay to admit that I'm having a bad day. My mom always used to call me like Pollyanna, that I would always be like, everything's fine, I'm fine, white picket fences, and you know, the sun will come out tomorrow and everything's good. And sometimes everything's not good, and sometimes I am having a bad day. And I still do it to this day with like my best friends and my family. They'll be like, how are you doing? Oh, I'm great. No, it's okay to say I'm not great. I'm having a crappy day. It's okay. Just let me get over myself and I'll be fine. And especially with all the mental health concerns with being in lockdown or being in isolation, it's okay to say you are having a hard day. And it's even better to tell somebody else that and open up that line of communication. It's so important. So it's okay. Give yourself a break. Give yourself grace. It's okay to have a hard day. Number 12, I need to journal more. As a young girl, I would journal all the time, and I still have a bunch
I used to frolic in the meadows as a young girl.
I'm gonna keep that in. As a young girl, I used to journal a lot, and I would have all of my journals, and I still do once in a while, but I don't make a good enough habit of it. There he is. There's Waldo back there. I don't make a good enough habit of journaling, and so I think I really need to get into it. It's a great way to just brain dump and get all your thoughts and feelings out of this space, because sometimes when my thoughts and feelings get trapped up here and I don't articulate them or I don't talk about them, if I at least write them out and get out everything that I'm feeling, especially before bed, it's such a good way. It's very therapeutic for me, and I need to do more of that. So when I say I'm not making resolutions for 2021, maybe I'll make an exception, and that's one thing I will start doing. Okay, number 13, talking to my family and friends is so important. It was funny, during quarantine, so on my side of the family, my mom's side, I have quite a large side of the family, and we hopped on a Zoom call every weekend, and my cousin organized it, and I laughed, and we all joked because we never saw each other as much as we did then on Zoom. It was so nice just to have that connection. And now my cousins and I, like, we've started a book club, and I look forward to those moments. So we need to do that more, and I need to do that more and reach out a little bit more. Sometimes I'm afraid to bother people. I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to annoy people and, oh, I'm sorry, and that's okay. If they're too busy to talk to you right now, that's okay. But just like reaching out and having that connection is really important. So I am going to get better at that, but I really love that about 2020. Okay, number 14, if I take care of myself, I am a better mommy. So it's kind of like that airplane thought where, you know, the mask comes down, put the mask on yourself first before you help somebody else out. So if I have my alone time, my self-care, if I'm journaling, if I'm eating well and drinking my water, I'm a better mommy for it. And especially being in lockdown, it's a lot with a toddler, and she can't go out, she can't see her cousins, and she's not going to dance classes or whatever it is. If I'm not taking care of myself, then I'm not a good asset for her. So yeah, I gotta take care of myself so I can take care of her better. Okay, number 15, I need to stop saying I'm busy. Stop saying I'm busy, and I need to make more time for what matters. I am really bad at that, and I get wrapped up into my own thoughts, especially if I'm working on a project, especially with work. Sometimes like shows can be all consuming of me, and I find it very tiring to give more energy. But really, if I prioritize my time and make time for what really matters to me and what makes me feel better as a person, then that means I'm gonna be better at work. So prioritizing my time, stop saying I'm too busy. It takes 2 seconds to have a FaceTime call with your best friend. Number 16, I am stronger than I give myself credit for. I don't really talk about my personal history or what's happened in my past, but I have lost both of my parents, and that was really difficult. And I lost my dad at a really young age, and I lost my mom recently. And it was really difficult doing that and overcoming that. And I think I have to give myself a little bit of credit because I've come out on the other side.
A lot more than a little bit of credit.
I've come out on the other side. I will die trying till my last breath to be half as good a mom to that little one as my mom was to me, and my dad as well. And I just think that I need to like take a deep breath, take a step back, and start acknowledging what I am good at and what my strengths are. So yeah, give myself a little bit more credit in that area.
Yep, big time.
Okay, 17, it's okay to get rid of things that you don't need. So I think that we all...
I'm still here.
I'm still here.
I think that being in lockdown...
Jabos.
That was good timing, honey. I think being in lockdown, everyone went through that stage where like you wanted to purge your entire house. I know like midway through the summer, I just wanted to like light a match and walk away because I just felt like so consumed with so much stuff. Am I a minimalist? No. Do I want to be? Yes. I am not there yet. We still have way too much stuff, especially with toys and everything, but I was holding on to a lot of stuff that had sentimental value, or I thought had sentimental value. And really when I looked at it, I didn't need this stuff. And so I've really decided then to only hold on to the stuff that really is important to me, and then I don't need to have boxes and boxes and boxes of keepsakes and memories that, you know, like programs from our wedding. That doesn't matter. It's okay, I kept one. I don't need to keep 51 of them. There's no need for that. So I'm getting better at that. Okay, number 18, hard work always pays off. I'm not the type of person who things come really easily to. That's okay. Hard work. And sometimes, and I am a hard worker and I love hard work, and that's okay. Good things will come to those who wait. I just need to keep my head down, keep grinding away, you know, with COVID. So in July, I was going to realize a dream of mine that I have been working 18 years for, and COVID happened. So my dream kind of went poof and it went away. But 2021, it is coming back and I'm so excited. And that's really down to hard work and being open to learning and learning from my mentors and educating myself and just being like a sponge and trying to absorb as much knowledge as I can. Even with YouTube, when I dove into YouTube, it was because I needed a creative outlet. And I went down the rabbit hole and there is so much to learn. And I know I don't have a lot of subscribers, but those subscribers that I have, all 300 and something of you, thank you. I am so excited that you guys are here. I didn't even fathom that 300 people would want to follow me. So you know what? We're on this journey together. Never stop learning, and hard work pays off. Okay, number 19. Being kind is always important. In the past, sometimes I feel like people have looked at me as being a softie or kind of a doormat, and they would walk all over me because I'm too kind. And I think that through my strength, I think that I'm using kindness as one of my secret weapons. It's something that I really am proud of. Don't take advantage of my kindness. I think that I lead with kindness first, and that's how I always approach situations. And instead of me looking on that as, oh, that's one of my weaknesses, that's like one of my number one strengths. Kindness first. Okay, and number 20. Being more open to change. That's a toughie. So with work, no problem. I am the queen of being adaptable. I love it. I pride myself on that. That is like one of my number one resources in my toolkit for work. I can change on the dime. I have a plan A to Z always at the ready. You plan the work, you work the plan. It's fine. I am totally cool with change. Change actually makes things better with my line of work. But in my personal life, I don't like change. I think because there's been so much change in my personal life that as I've gotten older, I'm really stuck in my ways. And if one thing changes, like COVID, if one thing changes, lockdown, quarantine, financial situations, there's been a lot of heavy moments for 2020. I can't handle it lately. I'll be honest with you, I can't handle it lately, and I think I've developed a little bit of anxiety about it, and I work myself up into this tizzy, my heart's palpitating, I can't sleep at night, and I'm tossing and turning. So I need to be more open to change and finding solutions instead of just sitting in my worry. So that's one thing that I have not mastered at all. I've acknowledged it about myself, so that's the first step. But that's something that I really need to work on, is being more open to change, rolling with the punches, being adaptable, not only in my work life, but in my personal life and home life as well. On Facebook, there's a saying going around for New Year's Eve. I thought that it was really cool. It's an Irish tradition, and they say that at midnight on New Year's Eve, open up your front door so you can let the old year out and bring in the new year. So my husband and I, we're gonna open up all the windows, all the doors,
Turn every fan, you name it, open the attic.
Fan out 2020. Hopefully 2020 leaves the wonderful positive things behind that we can hold on to. But yeah, that girl, bye Felicia, she can go. And I am so excited for 2021. I am going into 2021 with a really open heart, no expectations. I really just want to be positive. I want to find joy in all the little moments of 2021. So from our family to yours, we are wishing you a safe and healthy and wonderful new year. And I cannot wait to see you guys in 2021. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.